It's 7:31. I almost filed a missing persons report.
I'm not that predictable.
Oh, says the woman whose standing order hasn't changed in 3 years.
I could be flexible.
Oh, good. Because today I made it with our new light roast espresso. Let me know what you think.
Great.
Look at you, taking risks.
It's tangy.
I can't have the customers seeing you make that face. I'll remake it.
Thank you.
Okay, those two closest to us. What do you think?
Okay, I'm gonna say they've known each other for 2 weeks.
Agreed. No one plays footsie after dozens of dates. I'm gonna guess third date.
Concur. How about the couple by the door?
Okay. I'm spying wedding rings, but they're both in their own world. I'm gonna guess this is Steph, part of their morning routine.
They've definitely been married for at least 20 years, and this is probably their, 200th date.
Somebody's blowing up.
Oh, yeah, it's just my dad. He still hasn't figured out that you can send more than one sentence per text. He's just wishing me luck on the pitch today.
It's today? Get it.
I'm nervous. I've just been waiting for the perfect time to approach my boss. I have a very carefully prepared speech.
A surprise to no one.
You know, I think today I'm just gonna go for it.
Remember, you are brave.
I'm brave.
You are strong.
I'm strong.
You have the scrupulosity of a brain surgeon and the blind confidence of a tween pop star.
I have. Oh, thank you. Oh, I gotta go. Wish me luck.
Okay. Get that bag, honey.
I am strong. I am brave. I am a scrupulous pop star surgeon. Whatever. Okay. You got this. Reason number 1. It's important. A, historic. Important. Can I have 2 minutes of your time?
Actually, no.
I am the best person to take on the upcoming First Lady profile piece. In this presentation, I will map out the 19 and a half reasons
19 and a half.
that I am the most experienced and knowledgeable writer to take on this important, nay, historic interview for Belfair. Reason number 1.
Casey, I actually have another assignment for you to tackle first.
But I really haven't.
And if that goes well, I'll consider you for the First Lady piece.
Okay. Okay, sure. What is it? Toxicity of hustle culture, double standards of women in the workplace. Oh, you know, actually, I would love to cover the increasing cultural irrelevance of beauty pageants.
Okay, it's a Talkflix celebrity.
Say more words.
At The Romancing Ryan is a Talkflix celebrity that's known for his dating advice for women. He has an upcoming book that he'd like to promote, so you, are going to be shadowing him for a week, writing a profile piece on him and his work. And all that will lead up to our LA Singles Night that Belfair is sponsoring next weekend, and that Ryan has generously offered to MC.
With all due respect, I don't think that I'm a good fit for some arrogant Talkflix love doctor. My wheelhouse is more topics that are actually...
Casey, I'd like you to meet Ryan.
The aforementioned arrogant Talkflix love guru, was it?
Doctor. Nice to meet you at the romance.
Ryan, you can just call me Ryan. Well, this will be fun.
My gosh.
Hey, you okay?
No.
Is that the romancing Ryan? What is he doing here?
I'm profiling him.
Seriously?
Wait, you actually know who he is?
Everybody knows who he is. He has like 8 million followers on TalkFlix. Besides, what kind of a social media manager would I be if I didn't know that?
Well, then maybe you should be the one interviewing him. I am a terrible fit for this assignment. I am not on social media at all. I hate dating apps.
Hey, don't knock him till you've tried them. I mean, it's been 6 months since.
Ah, hard pass. Those apps are too much like grocery shopping. They reduce people to commodities.
I don't know. I wouldn't mind grocery shopping so much if I could pick up a snack like Ryan.
Maisie, could you just...
Sorry. Okay, all I'm saying is, this assignment might not be the worst thing. Okay, sometimes it pays to try something new. And muscly and tall. He's so tall.
Okay, the romancing Ryan. Who are you?
All right, ladies, remember, when you're dating someone, especially if you're really into him, you make sure that you are in the talking phase with at least 5 other guys on the apps at the same time. He's gonna sense that you have options, and he's gonna work even harder to win you over. Works every time.
Manipulative and commitment phobic.
Also, ladies, do not forget, always aim to be interesting, not too interested. The fastest way to hook a guy.
It doesn't even make sense.
Daisy Girl 136 commented on my last video, Ryan, any advice for getting over heartbreak? Wow. Daisy Girl, I'm sorry that you've been going through a tough time. Bouncing back from heartbreak can be brutal. And my best advice is you gotta get back out there and get on the apps as soon as possible, girl. If you wanna find love again, make sure to like, subscribe, and follow for part 2 on this space. I'll be dropping more tips and tricks all week.
God, unbelievable.
How'd the pitch go? Did you slay?
Oh yeah, I slayed all right. If by slay you mean I somehow managed to not get the profile I wanted, was assigned to a different piece, and then met and insulted my new subject all in one meeting.
Screwing up a meeting that bad is low-key impressive.
Yeah, well, I'm nothing if not an overachiever. Anyway, I have to go. I have my first interview with the romancing Ryan this morning, so...
Ooh, I love him. Such a snack.
Why do people keep calling him that?
Because he's got a totally snatched body and a face to match.
Snatched? Is that like a TalkFlix term I should know?
Aww, you have so much to learn.
Well, whatever it is, I doubt Ryan is gonna be the one to teach it to me. His dating advice is total garbage. And that I need to write a credible piece on him even if he's a total hack. It's just...
You got this. Just don't be distracted by his devil-may-care smile and his artfully tousled hair.
How many of his videos have you watched?
No comment. By the way, are we still on for tonight? Because I don't want you to be alone on...
Yeah, thank you. Okay. Maisie's cooking. Bring the wine.
You know it.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Casey Edwards. I'm here for the Belfair interview.
Dope, I'm Chris, Ryan's brother. Come on in. He's doing a live feed right now. Can I get you something? Kombucha, juice?
Welcome back to the Romancing Ryan. I appreciate you all for tuning in today. Last week we touched a little bit on how to reel in that perfect guy, like the guy that's out there that's just meant for you. Today we're gonna talk a little bit more about how you can do that through your dating app profile. When setting up your dating app profile, don't forget to use my KISS method. That's K-I-S-S. K, know whom you're trying to attract. I, interest in with unique facts about yourself. S, state what you're looking for in a partner. And S, show your gorgeous self off with beautiful profile pics.
Use your wings a lot.
Oh yeah, his fans eat it up. I mean, his practical advice performs well, but his posts that go viral, they're more thirst trappy.
Thirst trappy?
Yeah, you know, like no shirt talks.
Every single one of us on this planet.
But anyway, his upcoming book is going to be a big test. It's dating advice for men, you know, because his following is mostly women.
Shocking.
All right, thank you again, ladies. I appreciate you tuning in every single week. I will be back next week for the usual AMA. Thank you so much.
I can send you an advanced copy of the book. I'm kind of his assistant slash photographer slash PR guy.
It's a lot of hyphens.
He'd be lost without me.
I heard that.
But seriously, if he gives you any trouble, just let me know.
Oh, thank you, but I think I could handle Sir Winks a lot.
I can hear you. I'm literally right here. All right, Kaylee, what do you want to know?
It's Casey, actually. And really, it's more about what the readers of Belfair want to know.
Okay, shoot.
Is it all right if I record?
Sure.
Okay, so Ryan, you have built a massive following online sharing dating advice. Now, are you speaking from personal experience when you create your content?
How do you mean?
Have you had your own trials and errors in your dating life?
I keep my personal life private.
Well, sure, but would you say that your own experiences, your own dating foibles, if you will, inform your work?
What I mean is I don't discuss my dating life or my personal life. I keep that separate.
And your reason for that being?
Do I need a reason?
No, but I'm sure you have one.
I'm here to discuss my content in my book, not my, what did you call them, my foibles?
Oh my,
Oh, just pretend I'm not here. I'm just taking PTS.
you know, let's just, Ryan, the readers of Belfair, they can log on to social media for free anytime and see your work, but the reason they're gonna read this interview is to get to know you a little more personally. And my job is to help uncover a little bit what makes you, you.
Is there a question in there?
Okay, you know what? Let's just start over. So what inspired you to go the social media route as a career?
I recognize it as an opportunity to make a living, being creative and helping people.
Helping people find love?
I mean, sure.
Sure.
People go on dating apps looking for different things. I mean, sometimes love, yeah, absolutely. But other times it's, you know, for attention, affirmation, distraction even.
And what do you look for on the apps?
You're like a dog on a bone.
Just for clarification, I'm the dog in this scenario.
That's not how I meant.
Are you in the habit of calling women dogs?
No, don't write that down. No, you're taking that out of context. Chris, get it right. All I'm saying is you won't leave well enough alone.
It's my job to press for interesting details.
Yeah, and it's my job to create content. Look, if you want to talk about my work, my content, my methods, I'm game. I need that promotion to help sell my book, but nobody wants to buy a book from some simp who talks about himself and his personal dating foibles or whatever.
Respectfully, I disagree.
Well, respectfully, if you want to talk about my work, feel free to ask more questions, but if not, it's nice meeting you.
Oh, excuse me, that's not how this works. This is my interview.
Are
and
you always this controlling?
Excuse me? Okay, you know what? If I seem controlling, it's because my work is important to me, because I care, because integrity is important to me, unlike you, who thinks that the more followers and clicks you can squeeze out of every little hack you share online, the better. Oh yeah, I have you all figured out.
Oh, you do?
Yep. You are so afraid of being seen. You share videos of yourself online every single day without sharing anything remotely personal because you're terrified of being known.
Chris, dude, read the room.
Yep, sorry, got it.
You know, that's rich coming from you.
And how is that?
You're the one who's afraid. You're terrified of failing, so you never even take risks. In fact, I bet that you're single because you refuse to step outside of your teensy little comfort zone and date anybody.
How do you know that I'm not in a happy, committed relationship?
Are you?
That's besides the point.
Exactly the point.
Okay, you know what? Fine. I am single, but I will have you know that I take risks. Well, I recently ate an expired yogurt. Okay, you know, I don't need to explain my personal life decisions to you, but I will have you know that I'm thriving being single.
Oh yeah, because nothing says that I'm thriving like eating expired yogurt alone while wearing a sad looking blazer.
This blazer isn't sad. This blazer is yellow, the color of happiness.
You look like a valet. I feel like I should be handing you my keys and telling you not to go scratch my car down the street.
Okay, you know what? I do not need this. Oh, by the way, good luck promoting your book without an interview in Belfair.
Good luck getting the first lady profile from your boss without doing this piece first.
Bro, what are you doing calling off the interview? Are you insane? If she writes that you insulted her and called her a control freak, or worse, called her a dog, that's career suicide, man.
She's not gonna do that.
Well, not to mention Belfair's readership is huge. We need that promotion for your book. You gotta fix it, man.
Life. And I do not look like a valet.
Casey, wait. I'm sorry, all right? I can be a little reactive sometimes when pressed for personal details, and
A little.
look, maybe there's a way that we can make this a mutually beneficial arrangement. Let me set up your dating app profiles.
What? Absolutely not.
Let me finish. If I set up your dating app profiles, and if they work, which they're gonna work, then you have to say that what I teach is legit in your article. It'll help sell my book.
And why would I do that?
If you agree to give it a shot, I'll answer any question you ask.
On the record?
Okay, fine, yeah, on the record. Deal?
No. I'm sorry, Ryan, but I'm not willing to make my dating life your personal guinea pig. Sorry, I can't stop thinking about how terrible that interview went today.
Like, how bad are we talking? Like, the interview was cut short bad, or?
Like I called him a coward and he said this blazer makes me look like a valet.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
I have been meaning to talk to you about that blazer, though.
Must be Carter.
Ooh, you okay?
Yes, I cannot stand him.
I meant your toe, but
Hi, Carter. You know what I don't understand? Why he thinks he's some sort of sacred gift to women sharing dating advice like he's some sort of guru. He's just so insufferable.
Interview went well, I take it.
I'm sorry. He just really got under my skin.
well, he can get under mine.
Maisie, can you just for a minute?
Sorry, I'm sorry. I'll be serious. I'll be serious.
So, we gonna do this?
Do what?
The ceremonial burning of your wedding invitations?
I lost my lighter. Yeah, and honestly, I was thinking about it, and the coating on those things is like super flammable anyway, so it's probably just a really bad idea for safety reasons.
Casey, if you're not ready or...
What? No, I'm fine. I'm fine. Seriously, I'm I'm great. My wedding was supposed to be today, but it doesn't matter. I'm doing so great. Honestly, I am thriving. So, oh, I'm thriving.
She's thriving. So let me get this straight. All you have to do is let a hot love expert set up a dating profile for you so that you can meet other hot men, and in exchange, he'll answer any questions you have.
Yes.
Does anyone else see the downside of this arrangement?
I agree. It's time for you to get back out there, and this seems like the perfect way to do that.
No, there's nothing perfect about it. I'm just not ready. Okay? I had to rebuild my entire life when I broke up with John, and besides, my dad, he just retired, and it's not really going the way that he planned, and I'm really busy with work.
Okay, I make time for dating, and I work full-time at Belfair.
I just don't want to be pushed back into dating. I want to do it when I'm ready, not because it benefits the romancing Ryan.
Fair, but wouldn't it benefit you to prove him wrong?
Meaning?
You say he's a hack, so try his methods and prove he's a hack. Then you can write a compelling piece, impress Angela, and move on knowing the First Lady profile is in the bag.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'll think about it.
Ryan, Casey, the magazine girl. She's agreed to your deal. And you better be nice to her. Don't be all salty.
I'm never salty. Who's just salty anymore?
Good morning, Dad.
Morning, hon.
What's the retirement hobby du jour?
Bird watching. Oh,
Seriously?
look, right there. Yeah. You know, I just can't putter around the house by myself all day, you know?
All right, well, I really took you more for a bowling kind of guy.
Yeah, well, one new thing at a time, huh?
Mom would be impressed. Are you sleeping okay, Dad? Are you eating well?
Yeah, I'm good. I just don't think retirement's for me, you know?
Really? Well, are you ready to get out there and look for some...
Indigenous bird species of Southern California. Wow, apparently the most common species in this area is the Setophaga palmarum, otherwise known as the palm warbler.
Dad, you know that's not what I meant. Hey, I'm not trying to pressure you. I want you to get out there whenever you're feeling ready. I know that I support you, no matter what.
Thanks. Well, I could say the same to you. I mean, when are you going to get out there and start dating again or going steady or...
Going steady?
Well, I don't know what you guys call it.
I don't really know either, but I'm pretty sure it's not that. Oh, I'm sorry. It's my boss.
No, take it. I'm
Yeah?
going to go over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Angela. Angela? Oh, yes. It's going great. I'm actually just getting...
Now remember, we are in a botanical garden, so I ask you, please do not pick the flowers, okay? Also, remember to tread softly, okay? We're looking for some lesser-known species today. Commonly in this area, you're gonna see finches and mourning doves. But what I'm hoping to spot today are some of the more exotic species, such as the titmouse, which people assume is related to the bush tit. But they are, in fact, unrelated. Now, if you're lucky, we'll see my personal favorite, the hairy woodpecker. Ma'am, please, out of respect for me and to wildlife, I must ask that you please, that you chill.
Look, I just have to.
Yeah, good. Yeah, all right. Dinner? Okay.
Sir, did you happen to even pay for this excursion?
He's with me. Aren't you?
Ron.
Ron? Yes. Ron's with me. We're good.
Hey, so when's he coming?
He's supposed to be here at 3 o'clock, but I think this was a really bad idea.
Okay, these two.
Okay, they're not wearing rings, but it doesn't mean they haven't been together for a while.
Yeah, I seem super in love, but it looks fresh. I'm gonna guess 5th date.
What? No, look how comfortable they are. I think they've been together for 6 months at least.
Oh man, here comes Wonder Boy. I'm not gonna lie to you, he is pretty dreamy in person.
Pretty dreamy, try nightmare. Hello, Ryan.
Hey.
Oh, this is Carter. He and I,
We go way back, way back. I met Casey in college, met her in the dorms actually, so if you ever need any, what can I get you?
Whatever she got is totally fine.
A medium half-calf almond milk, no foam with mocha?
What? No, that's so different. Just surprised me. You seem like a guy with great taste.
I am.
I've been told that I'm a pretty good judge of character, so.
Oh, let's settle a debate for us. How long has this couple been dating?
Well, he trimmed his beard this morning. You can see a few tiny hairs there on his collar. He ordered a no-foam latte, which is always a good move. You don't want to have milk in your mustache. Now she's interesting. You can see that she's tilting her head in, which indicates both being interested, but also a little bit of hesitation. She's picking at her cuticles, though, so even though she's pretending to be at ease, you can see her nerves a little bit. Oh, notice underneath the table, shoes are touching. Always, always a great sign. So I'm gonna say 5th date.
That was my guess. What? That was incredible.
Not to brag, but I am actually a body language expert.
oh, well, you don't get to call yourself an expert at something just because you aggressively Googled it.
Oh, don't be a sore loser.
Are you two together?
No.
I mean, was the order together?
Right, it's on Belfair.
Okay, I will go get us a table.
I see what you did.
Whatever do you mean?
I am watching you.
Bye. Have fun.
Okay, Ryan, let's just dive right in.
Phone.
Excuse me?
I need your phone to set up your dating profile.
Oh, I would actually like to ask a few questions first.
I can multitask.
Fine. Okay, so, Ryan.
Preferences?
What?
What are your dating preferences? The first letter of my method is K. Know whom you're trying to attract. So, what are your preferences? Men, women?
Men. Did you just say whom? Okay, you know what? Never mind. Okay, so my first question, Ryan.
Age?
No comment.
Now, what age of guy are you trying to date?
You're not even letting me get a question in.
Okay, fine. Go.
Okay. How does it feel?
Americano with cold foam for Ryan.
Thank you.
Okay, so Ryan, how do you feel knowing you've built an entire social media empire that profits on other people's pain and loneliness?
No pain point, no profit.
And what's your pain point?
This interview. All right, my turn. What kind of qualities are you looking for in a date?
Is this really necessary?
Like I said, in my KISS method, it states that you need
Okay, never mind. Someone committed.
like in a facility?
Yes, somebody committed in a facility. No, obviously, I mean somebody who isn't commitment phobic and who could be open for something long term. Your turn, same question.
What does that have to do with the article?
Well, we made a deal. There's no questions off the table.
Fine. I don't know. Somebody who's cool, stylish, polished.
You sound like you're describing an iPhone.
I like what I like. All right, my turn again. Do you have any interesting facts about yourself that I could include on here? Like, have you ever climbed a 14er? Have you ever been to culinary school?
No, I'm kind of a homebody. I like my work. I spend a lot of time with my dad. Family is important to me.
I get that.
Really?
Not the part about you being a hermit who stays home all the time.
Hey,
But the family part, yeah, I get that.
so, what else is important to you? Do you find that living a public life online has made a shift in your priorities?
Gee, no easy questions from you, huh?
Real questions only.
Well, right now, my career is my priority.
Do you think you'll ever settle down?
Only if the right woman comes along.
Have you ever been in love?
How is that relevant?
The readers of
Belfair want to know. Yeah, I know. No, I don't think I have. Have you?
Once. It didn't work out, though. Obviously.
I'm sorry.
Thanks.
Oh, here is your phone. I'm done.
Thank you.
Only one more step left in the method.
Which is?
Show. Gotta upload great photos of yourself. Show yourself off a little bit. You have any good photos? Anything cached away that we could use?
I recently got my passport renewed.
You're kidding me.
The photos actually, it's like,
That won't work. Actually, you know what? Come over to my house tomorrow. I think Chris and I can help you out.
that's actually, kind of nice of you.
I really appreciate the tone of your surprise.
I will also have some more interview questions for you.
Fantastic. Can't wait. But on that note, I gotta bounce, so I will see you later.
Yep.
Okay.
What you doing? Oh, sorry.
It's okay. Just, some research.
Are you cyber stalking him?
What? What? No, I'm just trying to figure out who the romancing Ryan really is. I thought maybe his dating history might help illuminate that.
That's a pretty thin excuse for Googling his ex-girlfriends.
I'm a thorough researcher. It's one of my many professional strengths. He's just disorienting. He can be fiercely private and downright mean, but then
Tell me he has a hidden romantic side.
no, nothing like that. It's just for a moment today, he was genuinely nice.
Whoa.
I know. And I thought I knew which direction I wanted to take this piece. And now it's
Well, good luck with your research.
Casey, we taking some sweet pics today?
He's hyped. Come on in. Surprised you actually came.
Oh, hey guys, come on in. We're gonna shoot right here, so make yourself comfortable. All right. What look are we gonna go with first?
This is all new to me, so.
Basically, we need 3 kinds of photos total for your profile to be irresistible.
Okay.
First, we need a smiling pic. We're going for a, could take you home to mom. Also, maybe you bake pies as a hobby.
But I don't bake.
But it's fine. It's not about the baking.
Then what is it about?
It's about that girl who bakes energy.
What does that even mean?
We're going with the chill pic with a smile.
Great. You could have just said that. So just.
Yeah, just have a seat. Let's see what we can do. Let me tilt your head this way just a little bit, chin down. One more, thank you. It's a good start, I love it. Yes.
Wait, hang on. Hold up, hold up. I want to make sure that guys can see your face clearly in the profile pic.
This is great. Nice. Nailed it. Oh yeah, I'd totes take her home to mom.
Wow.
Okay, what's next?
Right, yeah. Secondly, we need a photo that gives the impression that you're adventurous and carefree. Do you have any photos of you maybe like riding an elephant in Thailand or something like that?
No. Those elephants spend their entire lives in captivity. It's really cruel. I actually wrote a very compelling.
Okay, all right, I'm sure you did, and I'm sure it's fantastic, but have you ever skydived, bungee jumped?
Have you ever met me?
Right, yeah, I forgot that your idea of adventure was eating expired yogurt.
Oh, right. When was the last time that you skydived?
Guys. I got this, okay? No. No. Yes. Okay, Casey, the world is your oyster.
This feels like cheating.
Oh, it's for the peace, Casey, come on. Hey, all is fair in love and journalism.
That's not even remotely true.
All right, Casey, so you just hiked Machu Picchu. How do you feel?
Good?
Yes. Yeah. Very good. Yeah, adventurous. Awesome. Love it. Gorgeous. Yes. Nailed it.
Good?
Yeah.
All right, last pick, we should just be able to pull from your camera roll. Super easy.
Oh, okay, I told you, I don't
No,
have
it's
anything.
super easy. Literally, all we need is a pic of you and an ex. We'll mostly crop him out, leaving just enough, so when guys are going through your pics, they'll know that they're not dealing with a total dating noob. Just indulge me. Let's just take a look, at least, all right?
Don't need to look over my shoulder.
Yes, right there. That'll work. Yeah, we just need to crop it.
No,
But that's perfect.
Oh, no, I'm good.
Casey, that's a perfect pic. Why don't you want to use this one?
Look, this is my ex-fiance, okay? I called off my wedding, and it's too soon. I feel weird cropping him out. I would just really rather not, okay?
Okay, that's fine. We'll skip it.
Thank you.
Here, tell you what, I'll be a stand-in. How's that? Chris, hey.
Yeah. All right. Okay, guys, I'm gonna need you to get closer. Act like you like each other. I'm just not believing it. Ryan, take your hand and just put it around her waist.
Her waist?
Yes, come on, bro. She's not gonna bite.
Well,
Yeah. There. I'm gonna put my hand on your waist.
you offered it.
Okay, Casey, put your hand on his chest, please. Please?
You're the worst, man. I'm sorry. Give him a camera for Christmas. He's the worst.
Right here.
Yeah.
Well, Well, yeah, that should, I mean, get you set up on the app, make me look good, you know? Maybe we'll even find you a guy. Who knows? Remember, you did say that you will include my methods in your article if it works.
Right, of course. We have a deal. And this is a trade-off after all, though, so I'm gonna need to see your personal dating profile.
No. What? No. That was not part of the deal.
Well, nothing's off limits. Remember?
Oh, that's good. Okay. Fine.
Thank you.
I still don't see how this is entirely necessary.
Look, I promise I will only report what's relevant to the article.
No, I'm sure.
Huh.
What?
Oh, nothing. It's just serious.
That's a classic smolder pick. Women love that.
I disagree.
It's shocking.
No, I don't mean it like that. It's just you have a friendly enough looking face when you're not grimacing like I'm torturing you, which is what you're doing right now. Oh my God.
All right, that's
Hey, and we have a mutually beneficial arrangement. Remember?
doesn't feel very mutually beneficial.
To be fair, I could see the value in a photo like this. Shows women that you take care of yourself and your body. Like you have the abdominal.
Are you having a stroke?
But okay, let's just move on. Okay.
You're not the only one with baggage.
What is dating life like? Do you feel like your status as a social media celebrity complicates it?
I mean, I go on loads of dates. You know, I try not to make a big deal out of all of them, but...
But don't you pressure to find love since your job is helping people do the same?
No. I'm perfectly happy on my own. Besides, honestly, I mean, most of the time, the women I end up going on dates with are usually just in it for the story about the time that they went out with a talk flick star.
That could be pretty lonely.
Sometimes.
Well, do you think that you'd attract less superficial women if your profile was less superficial?
Superficial? You know what? I know you don't like my methods and you think it's all a crock, but don't come for me personally.
And, oh, Ryan, I didn't mean it like that. I just mean there's
No,
more
you know
here.
what? Let's just, how about you stick with what you're good at, and I'll do the same.
Ryan, I wasn't even trying to be...
Casey, these pics turned out so dope. I uploaded them to the app. You're good to go.
Thank you, Chris. And Ryan.
Yeah, you're welcome.
This is kind of you.
What's his problem?
Right. Size 12. All right.
You know, Dad, when I mentioned bowling, I was kind of making a joke.
This place is charming, isn't it?
By charming, you mean covered in a thin film of grime and smells faintly of nacho cheese and feet, then sure.
Hey.
How many people do we think have worn this pair of shoes before me? Like, ballpark.
Okay, come on. Gotta get in the spirit, okay? Huh? It's part of the fun. All right.
What's happening right now?
Yeah, Dad, I'm glad to see you so peppy, but what's going on?
It's too heavy?
I don't think I've ever seen you look so
Perfecto.
jolly.
Maisie, call me Ron.
Okay, Ron. Did you meet someone?
Dad! That's so exciting! Wait. Oh, what's your name? How did you meet?
A gentleman never kisses and tells, so...
Yes, Ron. Killing the game.
Wait a second. It's a good thing, right?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Oh, you should let me style you for your next date. A nicely fitted button-up can work wonders.
I don't know about all that, but we'll see.
We want details.
Enough. It's time to bowl.
Can you believe?
Watch and learn.
Oh!
So do you want to talk about today, or?
Can you spot me?
Easy.
I'm fine.
Well, just don't drop it on the moneymaker, okay?
You're my spotter. Isn't it kind of your job to make sure that doesn't happen?
That's right. Why would I let that happen? Especially when my brother's been being so nice to me. Is everything okay with Casey? You said you'd be nice.
I've been a perfect gentleman the whole time.
Really? That's why you're 0 for 2 with storming out of interviews.
No, that's on her. I mean, you've seen her. She just pushes and pushes for details the whole time.
She's really gotten under your skin, hasn't she?
Why are you smiling? Dude, stop. It's not funny, man.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I just never seen you
Just irritated?
catching feels, bro.
You're the love expert now? Get out of here. Catching feels, he said.
It doesn't take a love expert.
If this goes badly, it's because these shoes clash with this outfit, it's throwing off the whole vibe.
Okay, enough excuses. Let's go. Nice one.
No, really, I'm so glad you're getting back out there.
He's not the only one getting back out there.
Oh, yeah?
No. That is just some stupid experiment for a piece I'm writing. I'm working with this social media dating expert, and he's advising me on how to use the dating apps while I interview him. Yeah, I just wish that my subject wasn't so...
Dreamy, famous, handsome in a way that defies all reason.
I was going to say infuriating.
So, does somebody want to tell me about this guy?
Our relationship is strictly professional. Oh, God, this app just keeps pinging me. It's Ryan's profile. He changed his picture to a smiling one.
Did you match with him?
No. It just popped up on my profile, and now it's asking me to swipe up.
What are you gonna do?
But nothing. Nothing. I am going to maintain my journalistic integrity and remain unbiased and finish this piece and delete the app and move on with my life. That is what I'm going to do.
I'll take 3 chicken tacos and a side of beans. Great, thank you.
How's it going? I will take 3 of the chicken tinga tacos, extra spicy, and a horchata, please. Thank you. Hi.
Are you sure you're up for that? They're supposed to be, like, really spicy.
Well, unlike some people, I can handle the heat.
I see. You think that I can't hang.
Oh, I know you can't hang. Remember, I'm an excellent judge of character.
Hi there. Can I get 3 of the exact same thing? Extra spicy.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, so where did we leave off?
I believe you called me superficial.
I did not. I was just trying to say that there's more to you than you're putting out there, and it's kind of a shame that you keep you all to yourself.
Thank you. Ha! It's working, isn't it? My methods are working.
Okay, don't gloat. I haven't even responded to anyone yet because I don't know what to say.
Well, the key is to be interesting without being too interested, if that makes any sense.
Not even a little bit.
What I mean is, one of them asks you what you're doing tonight, you say that you're busy. If he presses you for further details, you say that you have a date. It just makes you seem more in demand.
But I'm not in demand.
Okay, well, 39 unread messages says otherwise.
It just seems all manipulative, all the hacks and the tips.
No, I don't come up with these tips to teach people to manipulate. It's to empower them.
How's that?
What I mean is, when you have a step-by-step plan, you don't flail, right? You feel confident.
That is true.
You realize at some point you're gonna actually have to go on a date, right? You know, you'll be fine. Like, you're smart, you're only kind of annoying, you're nice looking, and you're...
Hot.
I mean, I wasn't gonna say that exactly, but I mean...
No, the tacos. Wow. They're so spicy.
Okay, yes, thank you. I'm so glad you said that. I'm dying over here, like dying.
I can't feel my face.
Have some of my horchata.
Thank you.
I think that's the only thing that'll save us.
Oh,
guess you're right. I can't hang.
But to be fair, I don't feel like I can either. I mean, I feel like my mouth just took a trip to the surface of the sun.
Whew. Anyway, the idea of just going on a fully fledged date with a stranger is just overwhelming.
I know just the thing.
Speed dating?
He thinks it would be a great way to ease back into the scene with several short dates rather than one long date.
Let me style you. Please, 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 Casey, please, please, please. And start with this. Shoo shoo. Ooh, interesting. That's not the vibe, you know?
Not the vibe?
It's giving cougar.
Uh-huh.
Cougar as
Not the cat cougar.
right.
Okay. I love the color on you, but I think it's too saccharine.
It's giving Glinda the Good Witch. And no, not in a coquettish Ariana Grande kind of way.
Yeah. This is my Sistine Chapel.
Gosh, it's giving main character energy. It's giving Pretty Woman modern day realness. It's perfect.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Whoa. Hi, you look amazing.
Thank you.
Hello, lovely singles! Welcome to Speed Dating. Tonight's event will go like this. You each have 2 minutes to chat up your date. But when I ding the bell, gentlemen, you move down 1 seat. Are you singles ready to mingle? Yeah!
Here we go.
Hey, you got this.
Hi,
Hi.
Lance. Do you have any interesting hobbies?
A garden?
That's nice.
Yeah, I grow my own mushrooms in my basement. Blue oyster mushrooms, pink oyster mushrooms, golden oyster mushrooms. Pretty much just like lots of oyster mushrooms.
Cool.
Can I cut to the chase here? I'm looking for a wife. How do you feel about that? Do you have a $20 bill? It's for a magic trick. It's gonna blow your mind.
Hi. So, Hunter, what do you do for a living?
I work in finance.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I had to get a job to get my old man off my back. I'm just biding my time until he croaks. Hey, do you know how to swim?
Yes.
I'm set to inherit his 30-foot yacht. It's sick. His cholesterol's pretty high, so I'll have the boat in like 3 years max.
Congratulations.
So, how's it going?
Oh, fine. I mean, yeah, it's okay.
I'm sure you're doing great.
Well, you look like you're just having a grand time.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing.
Just keep the conversation light and you'll be fine.
Yeah, you should tell that to Trust Fund Mickey over here who asked if I knew how to swim so he could take me on his soon-to-be deceased father's yacht.
What?
Yes.
Kidding? What is wrong with people?
Yeah, gosh, it feels so good to talk to somebody fairly normal.
Well, I'm glad I qualify as normal.
Okay, everyone. Now that's it for tonight. Make sure you stay and mingle with anyone you found interesting tonight.
Oh, no.
What?
Trust fund boat guy, 10 o'clock.
Oh, yeah, that's not good. You want to get out of here? Actually, bye.
Please, 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 please.
Come on, come on, come on. Hey, Bridget.
Shouldn't we wait to be seated?
They know me here.
Like big servings.
Depends on what's being served. Thank you.
The usual?
Uh,
Or have you forgotten what we serve here? It's been a while since you've been in.
The usual's fine.
I'll bring extra. You're looking skinny.
I do not.
Yes, you do. You think you know everything about everything, don't you? Mr. King of the socials media has it all figured out.
Casey, this is my mom. Des. Mom, this is Casey.
Oh, hi.
Hello, dear. Oh, my, aren't you pretty? Do you know what you'd like, or do you need a minute?
I guess I'll have whatever he's having.
Alan, 2 usuals.
Ryan?
Oh.
Hi, Dad. You look skinny, son. I'll make extra.
Nice to see you too, Dad.
I'm no body language expert, but I think they might be a little upset with you.
We had a little bit of a falling out recently.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Here you are, my
you.
dear.
Oh, two.
Thank you.
I guess we each get one.
I think they're both meant for you, actually, but hope you like bread.
I'm not kidding. And then this one guy asked for a $20 bill and proceeded to create an origami flower.
Oh, that's...
And then that's not the worst part. Then he wanted to bring it home so that he could paint it
No way.
with his mother's nail polish.
I'm sorry speed dating was a total bust. That was...
That's okay. I have to thank you for rescuing me from the psycho boat guy.
Oh, of course, Kay. Sorry, is it weird if I call you Kay?
No, oh, no, it's fine. And it's just what my mom used to call me.
Oh, she...
Yeah, she passed a couple years ago.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. Yeah, she was really special. She used to try to get my dad and I to go on these like crazy adventures with her, like whale watching and ice climbing.
You.
She was really brave.
Sounds amazing. You know, I bet she would have been pretty proud of you for putting yourself out there this week.
I hope so. This dress was a big one for me, so.
Yeah, that was a huge jump for you.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful dress, though. It really is.
I hope that you can make good with your parents.
It's just so complicated. They always tell me that they want me to quit my silly social medias. And they tell me that, you know, my place is here at the restaurant. They want me to run it with them, but you know, I don't know how to, get it across to them that I already have a very successful business that I'm running, but they don't even want to come to my house to check it out or see for themselves. They're always just so stubborn all the time. It might be a family trait. But
You don't say.
I knew you wanted to say something, I could tell.
No, still though, I hope you work things out with them. You only get one set of parents, you know.
Well, thanks for humoring me with the whole speed dating thing. I hope dinner redeemed it a little bit.
It did. I'll give you that. I'm sure you bring all kinds of women to your parents' restaurant to impress them.
Actually, just you.
God, this thing is so annoying. This app just keeps stinging.
I'm sorry, you can get rid of it as soon as you're done with the article, I promise. I know that guy.
Yeah. It keeps trying to remind me to swipe.
Nah, it's okay. He looks like a total poser anyway.
Yeah, he kind of
Probably,
is.
yeah. Probably wouldn't swipe up on that guy. We matched.
Well, thank you for tonight.
Kay, let me take you to dinner tomorrow night.
Like a real date.
Yeah, like a real date.
Okay.
Okay?
Tomorrow.
Pick you up at 7.
All right then.
Good night.
Oh, the right way to woo. My 3-step method. Step 1, hook. Pique her interest by not revealing much personal information early on.
Hey, let's reschedule that live stream we had planned for tomorrow. Yeah, actually have a date.
Step 2, line. Tell her you're ready to settle down if you meet the right woman. Step 3, sink her. Call her by a nickname to foster trust and familiarity. Oh my gosh.
Wait, you sent what to her house? When? Okay, let me in.
Kay, are you kidding me? You're unbelievable, Ryan. Just go home, okay?
Casey, please, just let me explain.
Hook, line, and sinker? You told me that your methods weren't manipulative.
They're not, I promise. I know how it looks, but please, you have to let me explain. Casey.
This whole time, I was just some sort of case study for your book?
No, Casey.
You wouldn't share personal information early on?
I know, but...
You told me that you would only settle down...
If I found the right woman, yes, I know, but...
And the nickname.
That was real. It was real.
It is right there in your book, Ryan. It is literally right there.
It is, and I know what it says in the book. I know, but...
But what?
I only used those moves because I was falling for you. And Casey, I only did that because it was tried and true, and I fell back on what I already knew. But I never meant to manipulate you. I was never trying to manipulate you. I was crazy about you. I am crazy about you. So, yes. You know, I hoped you felt the same way, so I leaned on what was familiar, you know, formulas and hacks, but I would never try to manipulate anybody, especially not you.
I was just starting to put myself back out there. I was just learning to trust again. And you used me.
Used you? Hey, you used me.
Excuse me?
You only took those risks because it was good for your career and for the article. Don't act like you were being brave. That was a means to an end for you.
I just want you to leave. Now.
Oh, honey, what happened?
Well, let's just say that Ryan was exactly the type of person I thought he was.
Ugh, men. How dare he break your heart in that perfect dress?
Anyway, now. Thank you. Now I need to go write this puff piece and promote his bogus book, and I really don't know how I'm gonna do it.
Well, you know what they say. The keyboard is mightier than the sword.
I don't think they do say that, but tell me more.
I think that you should go home and write the piece you want to write. Tell the truth, all of it.
And then I read his method is hook, line, and sink her.
Unbelievable.
I know. And then he tells me he's crazy about me, like it somehow fixes the fact that he was playing me this entire time.
You know, I can always call my Uncle Billy and have him talk some sense into Ryan.
What? I appreciate the moral support, but I do not.
I'm just saying, I can have the situation taken care of. Wink.
Really, I'm good. Okay. Just to be clear, under no circumstance do I want a hit taken out on Ryan.
Of course.
Oh, no.
What? She used all caps. Gird your loins.
Shoot.
What's this?
My piece?
We can't publish this. We agreed to write a nice piece on Ryan. This paints him out to be some sort of womanizing villain.
Well, my job is to write the truth, and that's what I did.
No, honey. Your job is to remain unbiased, which clearly you didn't. Just because you were unprofessional and you got your heart broken.
Get my heart.
Let me finish. That does not mean that you get to air your personal grievances all over the pages of Belfair. This is a fireable offense, Casey.
You are right. I'm so sorry.
Well, you can forget about being considered for the First Lady profile.
Of course. I understand. I'm sorry, really. Let me make good. I will do a rewrite ASAP.
You'd better. And I also expect glowing coverage of him hosting the LA Singles Night in your revised piece.
I have to go to that.
If you value your job.
Of course. Right. I will fix it. Thank you.
Thank you guys for joining my live AMA. I think I have time for one more question before I go. Okay, Anita Lay 86 says, "Hey Ryan, big fan." Thanks, Anita. "I want to know how you know when you found the one." Well, Anita Lay, I think that's gonna look different for everybody. You know, it's hard to find a one-size-fits-all answer, but I will say this. I think the one is somebody that you can be entirely yourself around. You know, somebody that really sees you, knows you, the good and the bad parts of you. But they accept you and love you for who you are, who you really are. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining, and I will be back again the same time next week for my live on Friday.
Ow! Ah, okay. Oh, hi. Hi.
Hey.
Sorry.
Hey, slow down. Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I was just, I was up late finishing a deadline and.
It's just, well, you're late. You're never late.
Oh yeah, it's been a long week. Nice hat.
Thanks. Look, today's maybe not a good day to do this.
For what? For golfing? Today is a great day.
Yeah.
Just call me ball lady. Oh,
Helen.
you must be Casey.
Casey, Helen.
Hi.
So good to meet you. Oh, dear, you have a little bit of
what?
Something.
Is it?
Yeah, occupational hazard when you're a writer.
How did you know?
Ronnie is so proud of his amazing journalist's daughter. He talks about you all the time. Well, I'm gonna get started.
Yeah. I'll be over in a sec.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, those are... You okay?
Oh yeah. No, I'm great.
What happened?
I thought I was ready to put myself out there, I guess. Like you, and I met somebody, and it all fell apart, and now my job is in a wedding stuff box, and they
Calm
keep...
down. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Really, just can't believe I miss him and his stupid face.
I know you've had a tough go at it, but listen to me. You have got a big heart, and it'd be a shame for you to hold that all to yourself. So when you're ready to make that leap, you go for it.
Thank you, Dad.
Woo! Hole in one! Look out, Tiger Woods! Better be on your game, Ronnie.
Get over there.
You're gonna be okay.
Good to meet you. Come on, Tiger. You. Oh my gosh, your daughter is so lovely.
She's
Hey, did we get the shipment of gelato?
No, I called about that. We're having shipping delays all over the place.
Hi.
Prodigal son. Come do some work?
Not exactly. I just wanted to come say hi.
That's not like you. You look pale. Are you sick?
I'm not sick. Why do you guys keep saying that I'm
Hey,
sick?
don't sass your mom, okay?
I'm not sassing.
He's been grumpy all weekend.
Thanks, Chris.
Well, you have.
You look happy there.
I was happy. I think I totally blew it, though. I think I'm starting to realize that I distance myself from the people who care for me the most. And I'm sorry that I haven't been around much.
Much? Yeah, you don't come around at all. Except on your date.
Dad, you're right. I came here to say that I'm sorry for how distant that I've been. And also, working at this restaurant, it's not what I want.
Well, I may not know much about your talk tics, but I do understand what it is to build something important.
I know the business.
No, not the business. Family. And our family is more important than any of this.
We just want our boys to be happy. More than anything. And if that means doing your silly little dances online for a living, so be it.
Wait, is that really what you guys think I do for a living?
It's okay, dear. We've made peace with it. In fact, your father even learned one. Show him, honey.
Oh, no. Oh, Dad. That's the worst. All right, nobody ever needs to see that ever. Oh my, ow. Did you know about this? No. Terrible, yikes. I love you guys. Seriously, even you, Chris.
Good. That means you can get back to work.
Oh, thank you so much. Thanks.
So I told the DJ to play one more song, and we'll have you get up there and work your magic.
Sure thing, yeah. Will you excuse me real quick?
Right, but we'll need you on stage in just a minute.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Hi, Ryan, is it?
Yeah?
I just need you to know that I know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy, and that's all you need to know, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. It's okay, you two. Just let him say his piece.
I'll go get us some drinks.
Hi.
Hi.
Look, Casey, I just need to say that I am so sorry about...
Okay, let's get the show on the road. This
Okay,
way.
yeah.
Thank you.
Hello, LA singles! First off, I just want to thank our wonderful event sponsor, Belfair, for putting this together. Let's everybody give them a hand real quick. So tonight is about mixing and mingling with other singles. And my job is to help you do that. With that in mind, I actually have some exciting news. As many of you know, I was supposed to promote my upcoming book tonight. But now I don't think that that's a book that I want to be known for anymore. You see, I met somebody recently, and she taught me that finding love isn't something that you do by playing games, following formulas. Sometimes love finds you in the quiet moments, when you're being your most true and honest self with someone who really sees you. And they love you for who you are. So tonight, I won't be promoting my book. I don't have any hacks. I don't have any formulas for you to follow. My hope is that you'll mingle and be real with one another. Be your true selves. Because when you find someone that you can be your true self with, man, that's something special. If you're lucky enough to find it, I hope you're smarter than I am. You hold on to it. Anyway, sorry. If you're feeling like being brave tonight, I invite you to try a simple but effective icebreaker. It's inspired by somebody that I met recently. I call it easy question, hard question. Is there a brave soul in the crowd tonight that wants to come up here and help me demonstrate?
Yeah, over here. Over here. Yes, yes. This lady.
Yes.
Right here.
Pretty lady down there, come on up.
Yes, you got this.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you to my lovely volunteer. Let's introduce you. What's your name?
Casey?
Woo!
All right, Casey. So let me explain the icebreaker. We're each going to take a turn asking one easy question, followed by a hard question. I'll demonstrate. Easy question first. What's your coffee order?
Medium, half-calf, almond milk, no foam with whip, mocha.
Okay, there's nothing easy about that, but not for the hard question. Casey, will you take a chance on me?
I could never take a chance on an arrogant talk flicks love doctor. And when I met you, that's all I thought you were. And I was so wrong. Now I know that you're kind and funny and smart and confident, you know, maybe a little too confident at times. And you love your family. And you say that you like spicy foods, but really you're no match for chicken tinga tacos. And you're brave. And you helped me become brave too. So, yes. Ryan, I will take a chance on you. Let's jump to a hard question. Will you go to dinner with me sometime?
Casey, that's an easy question.
Hey, Chris, wherever you are out there, will you come and take over on the mic with me? I've got a hot date to get to.
You got it, bro.
You wanna get out of here?
I actually know a good little place.